Hey, how's it going? Just wanted to show you what we're doing today. We've got a flat tire here, common sight that happens a lot in Tucson, of course. And this is Timo's bike, and what he's elected to do is replace it with Tannus. And Tannus is an airless tire, so it's going to be a fully solid tire. So this is what the Tannus tire looks like out of the box, and you can see it's a piece of foam. It's like a real big, well, it's like an infinity pool noodle, and yeah, it works. It's gonna be the same size as his old tire, slightly thinner. You can see that the tread is different. It's more of a kind of street gravel type tread than knobbies. But these things ride great. They're really lightweight. I'll do a little weight test right here. So the Tannus tire is weighing in at 1 pound 9 ounces. And Timo's old WTB tube and rim strip weigh 1 pound 6 ounces. And this is a pretty lightweight tire, lightweight tube. So if you had, if you had a tube that was like a real extra thick thorn resistant tube, like see how much bigger that box is than a regular 26? That's because this is thorn resistant. These things are really thick. And if you added some sealant, like some slime or this muck off slime in there, then I think you're getting up to about the same weight or actually heavier than the Tannus tires. And you're of course not as thorn resistant as you would be with a completely solid one. Alright, so getting this tire on this wheel is a bit of a process, and here's how it goes. So the Tannus tires come with all these little clips, and these clips come in different sizes, so you have to measure the inside of the rim and find out which clip is the right size, and then you got to poke these clips into these holes. So each clip has to be individually poked in there, and it takes forever and it's a pain in the ass, and that's the easy part. So I'm going to do that and show you what's next. Alright, you can see I stuck all these pins in here. 40 of them had to be stuck into this tire. I'd guess it took me maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And I used this thing that comes with it to kind of like, the flat part of it, can kind of like push them in a little bit. Once you get them part way in, you kind of push them all the way in with that. And this thing is going to come into handy again. I've got a bunch of them here. It's nice to actually have 2 or 3 of them for the next part, which is actually the hardest part, physical exertion wise. So if I had my wrestling singlet, I would put it on, because in this corner, weighing in at 1 pound and a few ounces, the Tannus tire. In this corner, weighing in at 160-ish pounds, Dan. Ding, 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 ding. All right, so you find which way is forward on the rim. Let's see, I'm going to base that on how SRAM is written. I'm going to see what it is on the rear. Do we read the SRAM? All right, we're going to read the SRAM. So this is forward. Get the tread forward. Find the valve stem hole, which we're actually just going to cover up with a sticker since we won't need to pump it anymore. But just to be cool, I'm going to line up the Tannus logo with the valve stem hole. I'm going to start the wrestling match. So you just kind of start to slide this thing on here. Sounds real easy to slidey. Make sure you have a nice soft surface for doing this. Nice soft yoga mat or something for this wrestling you're about to do. Probably not on the bed. That'd be kind of gross. Alright, and then you just pin it down. Let it get you, Tannus. And you use the big tools. So put one of these little knife thingies in here, one of these little knife thingies in here, and you just start. I think I'm going to go from this side. You just kind of start to just stretch it. Yeah, stretch it on there. There, flip it over, stretch it. So I've gotten better at this over the years. Still not exactly easy, but that's about as easy as it gets right there. sometimes you need to like put the tire in the car first to get it nice and hot. I didn't bother with that today, even though it's not super hot today. And so that was actually not the hard part. Here comes the hard part. It takes a really long time. So all these little things are still exposed on this side, not on this side, because I started with this side in the rim. But the side that I just stretched on there, all these things are exposed. You gotta poke those things down under the rim. And that's what the sharp side of this is for. So, I'm gonna get all freaking sweaty here. Here we go. Okay, and they kind of make a little bit of a click when they get in there. And I'm just going to keep going around and clicking them in. Okay, so, I have to take my sweater off, put you on pause. Alright, so I basically did 40 fucked up push-ups there on this thing. Got it on the rim, and now what you do is take it out of the light, look for any exposed pinkies. Damn it, there's one of those clippies right there. I don't want to see you, Clippy. So, you just gotta push it. So, looking for the Clippies. So some people won't do Tannus, and this is why. But there are some other reasons for naysaying too. People say, well, you can't adjust your PSI. Yeah, I mean, don't use these for technical mountain biking where you need to adjust your PSI, obviously. People say they don't ride well. Well, they are kind of set at a certain pressure, but you can buy harder ones, softer ones. People say they screw up your rim because they're harder, which kind of doesn't fly with people who say they're too soft. So, I mean, I think that most rims get screwed up by people leaving very little air in their tire and totally neglecting pumping up their tires and then running into rocks and curbs and stuff. And that's what destroys rims in my experience, not a big fat piece of foam protecting the rim. So, anyway, that's a little bit about Tannus. I'm going to get the rest of these things put in there and then go get a Gatorade or a protein shake or something. Alright, so here it is, all installed on the wheel, installed on the bike. Looking pretty good. You might notice, I'm not sure if you can see in the video, there's a slight wobble in it. That's pretty normal at first. As the foam kind of settles more evenly into the rim, the back of the foam here, that wobble should go away. And what you don't want is if you hear a click, click, click while you're riding, a little click every so often, that's probably some of those pins, one or two pins might not have gotten down all the way. This one looks good, so if there is some clicking going on, I'll have Timo bring it back and I'll just get that pin put in place if there's a pin missing, but I think we're good on this thing. So no more flat tires on this wheel ever. Now it's time to do the back. Woo! Hope that was interesting. These tires run 50 to 80 bucks, and usually people charge like 20 to 40 to install them because it is a huge process. I tend to charge a lot less to install them just because I'm a believer. So if you're interested in Tannus, let me know.